shouldn't. You shouldn't have.
You did though. You did anyway.
You did.
Hey everybody, welcome to ABCD. I'm your host, but I'm going to introduce my lovely co-host.
Oh.
You've seen him in Dimension 20, but only because Dimensions 1 through 19 wouldn't have anything to do with him. Fools, the lot of them. That's Omar Najam.
Oh, thank you. Oh, thank you. And folks, I would like to introduce your host for this week. He has a monopoly on saying sorry. It's Sandeep Parikh.
Nice. I own all the sorries. I own all the apologies.
All the sorries.
You get none. By the way, I'm not just host. I'm prime minister, as if you don't, if you recall.
That's okay.
I'm the prime minister of the show. Right?
I don't know if I believed in the electoral process that.
Oh, are you
that
calling the election fraudulent? Is that what's happening?
I am 100% calling the election fraudulent. If it wasn't fraudulent, I would have won.
You're gonna destroy our democracy. You're gonna destroy it.
It's been built on lies.
Wow.
And I was hoping to capitalize on those lies. And they came back and bit me in the ass.
Well, listen, if you don't know what the heck we're talking about our last week's show, but this week's show is all that matters, okay? And it's called ABCD. It's American-born Chatty Desis. It's a podcast, but we're actually in a live stream, and that's inside of our lives as two American-born Desis. It's a pod duckin', ladies and gentlemen. This is for anyone out there who, like us, me and Omar, are navigating our cultural identities and just kind of want to chat it out.
Yes. We are so excited because today we are going to be discussing board games a little bit, but more importantly, we're joined by our very, very good friend, Anjali Bhimani.
Yes.
Who is, we're essentially going to do a really fun announcement about GenCon. I don't want to ruin it. That's going to come later in the podcast.
And about Desi Quest is a fun announcement.
Desi Quest. I don't want to ruin it. But we get to sit down and chat with our friend and a spiritual guide.
I mean, right? I mean, I think she's my guru now. I mean, so we're a little insider baseball, but we're recording this after we did the interview, okay? And I just I'm gonna prime the pump here because that interview was awesome. I feel like I just got dropped like, I don't know, like a tome of wisdom. Like, I feel like I was like, did I just read a Veda? Like, what happened here? I feel enlightened.
I feel stronger, better, smarter.
Yeah. Definitely.
Faster. And then after that, we play a little game with Anjali, which is there's a couple board games that are weird. And Sandeep and Anjali
just
have
a
to
couple?
guess. Just a couple. And they have to guess, are these real board games? Or are they games that Delvin and I came up with?
I'm going to say this already. Easily one of the best games we've ever played. So you're in for a real treat for this episode of ABCD. Why don't we jump right in to our interview with Anjali Bhimani. Oh yeah.
Oh my gosh, you guys.
Oh my
I told you.
Oh
Anjali, I told you this is a big deal.
My God.
You guys, so much for me?
Yeah, we sold out our auditorium because of you.
Yes.
You guys.
Yes.
I'd just like to thank my mom. And I'd like to thank I don't know, I'm stopping that joke. It's not funny.
Okay.
I just aborted. I just aborted it completely. I was like, nope, I give up on that
What's
one.
the opposite of yes and?
Anything
no
else
but.
I would no but, because anything else that I was going to say was going to offend me. So I was like, I don't want to say any of these things on this podcast right now. So we are off to a stunning start.
We're off to the races. We're doing it. This is
amazing.
Yeah. You want to talk about it some more, Omar? Want to get into it?
Yeah.
Should we dissect it?
Can we actually do a director's commentary?
Yes, please.
Just play it back and do a director's commentary?
Yes.
Yeah. Listen, Anjali, I got to be honest. It's better than maybe all of our opening jokes that we've done for the 23 episodes of ABCD. So you're doing great.
So I should not have given up on myself.
No, yeah.
Lesson number one to everybody:
there it is.
Do not discount yourself before the rest of the world does,
Yeah,
because there are plenty of people who will say you suck.
Yes.
You don't have to say it to yourself.
No.
Look,
A little bit of wisdom.
I could just cut the last question, which is what advice would you give to people? Because there it is. Don't cut yourself.
That's just one piece.
Let the director call cut. You don't have to call cut on yourself.
Well, we're in the pre-pod, so maybe bring it up again and then.
Yeah. Are we in the pre-pod though?
Is that a pre-pod?
Are we?
What is it?
We're gonna go.
Pre-pod?
We're gonna go very fast. It's just to say hi to our chat.
Hello,
hi,
everybody.
Chat.
But honestly, I think
Where's Chat? Can I
Delvin,
follow them?
Yeah.
I think we're just gonna call this the pod. This is just
All
the
right.
pod now. This is just it.
Should
We're
we
in
just
it.
hop right in?
Yeah, because listen, we got Anjali for till 8:30.
We're
Okay,
moving a clip.
and so we're just going. We're gonna do
Yeah.
this.
Okay.
We had
Wait,
tons of
Auntie
technical.
Auntie needs an answer. I have to have an answer.
Twitch
Tell Auntie
dot
they're on
TV.
twitch.tv.effinfunny. What is it?
There it is.
Funny.
That's right. There
And
it
then
is.
chat only.
On twitch.tv
it
only.
saves- 'cause it saves the
Twitch.tv
internet.
only.
It saves your
Yeah.
internet.
Twitch.tv / only EffinFunny.
Only
Oh my
Effin
gosh.
Funny.
If this is gonna be like, since you're playing Auntie right now, this is just reminding me of like when I have to do tech with my parents, you know?
Yeah.
And go like, okay, mom, all right, here's the okay. So the mouse cursor is the thing that's pointing around.
Can I tell you though, my mom,
Uh-huh.
who has insisted for decades that she is bad at technology, has
Come on,
become
later.
such a whiz
Mhm.
hanging on with you. Don't sound like me. I'm the one who was messing with my hair the whole time. That's not your job.
I look like I had
Your
a
job is to
comb
look
over.
Can your
awesome.
mom
like
start a class for
Yeah,
my
sorry.
parents?
But here's the thing,
Okay.
like my mom for so many years would say things like, "Oh, I don't know anything about that," or "I don't know how to talk about that," or
Yeah.
"I don't," But my mother is like one of the smartest people I've ever met in my life. She is about to turn 84 in
Uh-huh.
like a week and a half, and she is learning her 5th language.
Mhm.
Yeah.
And like she is so anytime she would say like, "Oh well, I'm too dumb to know that," or your mom is so stupid. Like she'd say things like that, and I'm like, it doesn't work anymore.
No.
Nice try.
You're too smart.
We know, mom. Your secret's out.
Yeah,
She's too
she's
smart.
like, she's already like invested in crypto and actually
Yeah.
made money on it.
No,
She's
she has
like,
personally not invested in crypto, and that's why she's smart.
she got her own
she
coin.
she does have her
she's-
own coin. I'm gonna be messing with my hair this entire time because this is the first time I have ever
It always looks fantastic.
seen you guys. Well, thank you. I am gonna accept your
No,
assessment.
you go ahead and and mess with
I also
your hair
hate
as much
headphones.
as you
I
need.
gotta be
They're
honest.
the worst.
Headphones, like why? Why do they have to
Oh,
be
like,
this?
I'm gonna be a contrarian on this. I kind of a little bit love headphones because
come on. This
for
is such
me,
privilege.
it is privilege. I have poofy dumb hair right now, but the headphones, like it kind of masks.
Oh, see what they do for
the-
female hair, or for a lot of female hair. I
What
shouldn't
do-
say
what do
all,
they do?
Is that they mash you down so you look like you're wearing like a 7th grade headband.
Yeah.
Oh,
um,
yeah.
You know what I mean? Like I feel like I'm having a little bit of PTSD right
Wearing
now.
some Mary
Like it's
Janes.
it's like it's just not working. And then I tried it before the pre-pod or before the
Yeah.
pod or before the whatever we're calling this race. Whatever the kids call it these days.
It's the pod.
I tried
We're in the
putting-
pod.
I
We're-
tried putting it up on a ponytail. I don't know. You're on a podcast. If you're listening to the podcast, you can't see any of this shit. So I don't know why I'm talking about it.
No,
DG
describe it in,
Ceramic says,
in
they
detail.
look good!
right.
Exclamation point. You got a compliment in chat.
All right. Thank you guys. You're very sweet. I
Chat,
appreciate
we
I
see
appreciate
you.
your ability to lie to me to help my ego. I appreciate that. No, I'm just kidding. I accept your
Anjali.
compliments and I appreciate them. Thank you.
Anjali, you are a freight train of awesome, and I'm going to jump into an actual introduction for those out there. I mean,
Let's
I know
do
we
it.
filled this auditorium and everything, but there are probably some people that don't know you, foolish as they are in the dark, wandering around the universe, going like,
Yes.
just like missing something,
guys.
not knowing that they're missing something, but feeling in their heart like they're missing something. And so let's introduce you. Anjali Bhimani can be seen as the vibrant Illuminati. Love that wordplay. Auntie Ruby in Miss Marvel on Disney Plus. Hello.
Yes.
No big deal. And is known in the video game world as the voice of Rampart. So maybe that voice sounded familiar. You're like, who is that? That's Rampart in Apex Legends.
Especially if I start talking like this and start being a jerk.
There you go.
And then, like, yeah. Because that's pretty much her. She's just me with an accent with no
but
filter.
mean.
Just with no
Cruel.
filter. I feel
Oh,
like
I
I'm closer
see.
I feel like I'm a
Okay.
lot closer. I want to be closer to Symmetra, like elegant and smart. But I actually probably lean closer to Rampart, which
Right.
is like, no, I have no filter. I'm just
Okay.
gonna say things.
So that's Pankaj Auntie. I got it. Okay, I know
Yeah,
exactly
there
what it is. Or Symmetra in Overwatch, right?
Oh my goodness.
And live play darling, dare I say?
Extraordinaire.
Extraordinaire is another good word.
You guys are making me feel all shy
Uh,
and shit.
And Candela Obscura. I hope I
Oh
said that
my
right.
goodness.
Exandria.
Oh my
By
goodness.
Critical Role. And
oh
then
my goodness.
you guys,
Uh-huh.
we're not just in the presence of this actor, performer, voice actor person, but also an author. Like to me, that is a big deal. Like I feel like that is a huge monumental achievement to be an author of a best-selling book, nonetheless, which is I am fun size and so are you. So everybody should just go ahead and we'll wait. Go ahead and buy that right now. We'll wait. We'll just wait.
We got time.
You guys are slaying me right now. I have to show you for those of you who can see what's going on right here. I want to show you what's happening at the door to this room right now. Oh no, he went away. He fled.
No, let's cribs this thing. Let's go. Let's go on a house tour.
Charlie.
That's really good podcast material.
Charlie, my dog Charlie, the best dog in the world, legitimately just stood at the door and looked at me like, why aren't you coming down to dinner? What's wrong with you?
Oh wow, giving you it's 8:30. We got Charlie. We have her till 8:30, please.
Yeah, sorry, Charlie. It's your dinner time. I get to do my dinner time.
So I'm gonna add something else to that list of amazing credits, which is star of Desi Quest.
Yes,
maybe you've heard of it.
Yes,
our podcast listeners will know it as one of our sponsors of our show is Desi Quest. It sponsors this show. It's the TTRPG that is coming out in we can't say when, but it's coming out this year. It's coming out soon. We're excited about it. We're in post. It's happening. We just released the trailer, so go to desiquest.com and check that out.
It's so fun.
But not just the star. I have one more thing to add, and we are announcing for the first time ever, by the way.
Let's go.
That Anjali Bhimani is going to be executive producing the show alongside myself and Jasmine. And
so excited.
Yes.
So excited. I cannot tell you guys how excited I am to be a part of that team. You guys, I mean, it's just... I'm just gonna keep saying I'm so excited. Like I can't wait for the world to see the world that Jasmine has created.
Yes.
And we've set up, and what the Kickstarter supporters have helped us to create. It's an embarrassment of riches. I'm so excited. So scared.
For any Saved by the Bell lovers out there, yeah, we are excited too. You've already proven you're worth your weight in gold. For the show.
I don't weigh that much though, so it's not really that much.
Oh, so that's not impressive.
But
is
gold's worth
a lot. Like I said, I am fun size. It's a tiny human.
That's true. But a Snickers bar full of gold, that it was just a gold, that would be a lot of
golden
money.
Snickers bar would be such a tease. I can't.
You could buy a city with that. So it doesn't take much to be valuable.
I wanted a Snickers bar.
Right. Exactly. That's what I'm thinking. I'm like, I wanted my Milky Way, and now I got a gold bar. And I specifically changed it to Milky Way because I don't really like Snickers bars, but I like Milky Way.
All that awesome.
This is the best interview ever, isn't it?
It's just talking you up and talking about food. Now I'm just hungry. We got people in chat very excited. They're just yelling things out like "yo" and so excited and woohoo and
I'm trying so hard. Auntie is trying so hard to juggle here, and I'm not doing a good job.
So your mouse cursor is the
yeah,
it's the arrow.
No, is this where I go? I go to EffinFunny.chat.
That looks like the cover for Linkin Park's Hybrid Theory when you held it up.
Well, there's an ad going on. I don't know what's out.
Yeah.
Why am I?
You do have to, because you're not a subscriber.
No,
so sorry.
No, I thought I am.
But it's okay.
Oh, you know what?
You don't have to worry. We'll fill you
No, I typed EffinFunny, but Siri freaking changed it.
Oh,
and that's why. Okay, now here's the right chat.
Siri is racist against us.
Siri is, I don't know if Siri's racist, but I do know she's trying to break up my marriage, and I'm not appreciating it.
Go on.
Well, okay, so how is that not racist?
Well, she just I don't know, my husband will wake up and be like, Siri, turn off the filter in the bedroom. Yes, okay, perfect. Let me do everything for you. La 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 la.
You can change the voice. You can make it like a gruff British guy. You're like, all right, Bunda, I'll do for you.
Raise the curtain for you. I'm just sucking the chimney.
Just go into his phone and change it.
Yeah, just make it not sexy, man.
That's really fun. No, it's not that she's sexy. It's just that I don't like that she listens to everything.
Oh. Yeah. Well,
I feel like there's no she's not on my phone.
Listen, if you're a guy, if your husband just wants somebody who just does whatever whatever.
Yeah. Thank God he doesn't, because he married me and he knows he broke it, he bought it. So exactly. He just he's fully aware that I will absolutely take a bullet for him, but more importantly, I will live for him, and that makes a whole difference.
Whoa,
that's huge. All right, I want to get. Listen, we got limited time. I want to get into some I want to get. We're not just having you on here because we want to talk about Daisy Quest. I mean, that's all well and good, but I think we want to get to know you a little bit even more, like kind of your origin story, so to speak. Take us back, like what? Because I think our listeners, you know, a lot of folks who are South Asian out there who want to get into the arts. Who are looking for, you know, some motivation to maybe confront their parents about how to do it, that they can do it too, that kind of thing. I'm wondering if you can kind of take us back to when you started out, and you know, when did you know you wanted to be a performer, and when did you know that you wanted that to be your career?
Yeah.
So I feel like I kind of hit the lottery in terms of like the particular set of parents.
So there you have it. Hit the lottery,
and
guys.
They're particular. Sorry, I totally hit the lottery with my parents. And the reason I don't mean hit the lottery. I mean I've hit the lottery with my life, yes, but that's come from hard work and being in the right place and opportunity and all of the things, you know. But so my parents, both surgeons, surprise, surprise, and but they met acting in a play in medical school.
What?
Medical students have so much free time on their hands.
Yeah, I'm like,
the two of them were in a play
Bermuda?
together. No, they were in Mumbai, back when it was called Bombay. And my dad was the leading man in this like intercollegiate drama troupe, and my mom was a student there. And he was trying to, you know, they were trying to cast someone opposite him in the play, and he kept vetoing everyone that his best friend, who was also the director of the troupe, he kept vetoing everyone, and the guy got frustrated. And so my dad said, okay, the next girl that walks down those stairs, I'll ask her. And it was my mom.
No.
And way. And he went, you didn't say no way, but I just added it. So he went up to her and like all big man on campus to her, like, hi, I'm Bharathanam and we're doing this play and all that stuff. And then my mom said, I don't know who you think you are, but maybe I'll do your play. Let me talk to my mom. And no one had really sassed my dad at that point in his life. So naturally he was smitten. And
he didn't want a Siri either.
He did not want to see her. He wanted an Ela. So they did the play, and they became really, you know, dear friends. And over the course of 3 years, and then, you know, the rest is history. So, in a sense, there was already an appreciation of acting in the family, and I sort of I fell in love. You know, like all little kids do, or most little kids, a lot of little kids do, is like, you know, I put on little shows in the living room, and like I wrote a play on the playground in first grade and performed it for the class, and then we ended up doing a mime unit because of it. Like little things like that got me excited. But then it started to show, my artsy started to show when I would do like book reports and things, and also because, like, for example, I played D&D starting when I was 8, and I decided to do a book report on like medieval weaponry, and then I played out a scene from Monty Python and the Holy Grail, like silly things.
So you like play acted your book reports? You're like, I'm gonna turn
like,
this into an oral presentation.
Exactly. Like I turned things into a show. So probably
there's a few pyrotechnics, Mr. Swanson.
So we're gonna do these outside, if that's okay. But then I think it was really in junior high when I really started to fall in love with it. And I remember seeing a production of Kismet at Cal State Fullerton. And the combination of loving the music and loving the musical and the spectacle of it, but also, even though I don't really know what the ethnic background of the actual performers was, the characters were Middle Eastern. And at that point, that was about the closest thing I had seen to someone who looked like me being on stage. And I thought, oh my gosh, I could totally do, this is a thing I can do. I can do this thing. This is awesome. And so I did all the school plays, and then I did community theater, and I just kind of dove into it. But then somewhere in high school, I figured out, oh wait, people like do this for a career. Like this is a real thing. I could do this for a living. And so when I made that decision, and I told my parents, you know, first it was, yeah, sure, you want to be a firefighter when you were 5. Like, but then there was the second layer of, why don't you get a degree in something else, and then you can do this, and you'll have a fallback.
It's and some sensible options, beta.
But then I was kind of like, if I have a fallback, I might fall back. I'm not really interested in that. And so then when they realized how serious I was about it, they were like, awesome. Treat it like you treat everything else. Study as hard as you can. Make sure you're really good at it. Make sure you can make a living at it, and make sure you love it. That's all we care about. And that's essentially what I did. So there was no sense back then, and I talk about this a lot when I'm talking to quote unquote younger actors. I don't mean in age, I just mean in terms of
freshness,
where you are in your career.
Yeah, sure.
I didn't I treated it just like I would have treated any other career. I wasn't thinking about being famous. I wasn't thinking about making millions of dollars. I was thinking about making a living, doing what I love, learning how to do it, and being really good at it. And that's it. I remember there was a uncle who, you know, I was talking to him about, you know, wanting to go into acting, and he said, "Oh, when are you going to do a movie with Tom Cruise?"
Yeah.
And I was like, "Okay, first of all, don't make fun of me. Second, I'm probably not going to do a movie with Tom Cruise. I'm going to be doing movies and plays and projects with all of my friends, because we're all going to come up together and we're going to make really cool things."
That's amazing that you had that.
And then
foresight,
I also said to him, well, I also said to him, because I was kind of a dick, I also said to him, "Uncle, you're a doctor, right?" And he said, "Yeah." And I said, "Do you have to be famous to be a successful doctor? Because I'm pretty sure you're not."
Yeah.
Do you have to be famous to be successful?
Damn.
And
when are you going to be Surgeon General?
Yeah. So like, so, you know, like, so it was very much this. And I probably said it a little more respectfully than that, because my sass has built over time.
Right.
But just that sense of quit trying to ruin the thing I love. Yeah, exactly. Bowing down. And I was backing away slowly. I was very defensive of don't ruin this thing for me.
Yeah.
For many years.
Wow.
And I took it very seriously, and I took my school very seriously. And I went to Northwestern, and I just worked my balls off while I was there. Like I did, and had the greatest time ever doing it.
Mm-hmm.
But the one thing at the time that was not necessarily taught at Northwestern, and they may have changed things now, was the business of acting. It was sort of like, great, you have all these skills, go with God. And so I, made all the same mistakes that everybody else makes along the way, and figured things out. But I lucked out, because the first professional job I had was at the Goodman Theater with a director named Mary Zimmerman. And for those of you who don't know Mary Zimmerman, she is a MacArthur genius. We went on to do 18 productions together.
Oh my gosh.
One of which was my first Broadway show, which is a show called Metamorphoses. And she is just an incredible creator, an incredible human. So I just lucked into this incredible artistic community in Chicago.
Yeah.
And I do think the Chicago theater community and acting community is incredible. It's a beautiful place to like become an adult as an actor. It's a beautiful place to be an artist, because it's a very collaborative playing ground.
We had Parvesh China on.
Oh yeah, so Parvesh, he and I know each other from Chicago.
From
too,
Chicago,
so
exactly.
thing.
And he was like talking about how he saw you in plays and how that was so inspiring for him and all that stuff. So very cool.
Yeah, it's fun, and like and it's been interesting. Interesting is probably the right word for it. Hearing people who are like currently very successful actors and actresses telling me, "Oh, I saw you in Metamorphoses when I was in school, and that inspired me to do things." And part of me is like, "How old am I?" And then the other part of me is very touched by that.
Yeah,
because
I was breastfeeding on my mother at the time, and
yeah, exactly. I was -2 years old when I was
in utero and heard your voice.
But what I appreciated about that,
dude.
what I appreciate so much about that is that I did not have that. And and I did not, I grew up in Orange County and California, which is not the most, at the time was not the most diverse area.
Right.
Now there's obviously a big Indian community, but I never felt like I was, I didn't feel a sense of prejudice around me. I didn't feel any racism. It was just like, you're different. Okay.
Right.
And so that was kind of how I lived my life. I was like, I'm different. Okay. I wanted to look like everybody else, and I was very sad in biology class when I discovered that I couldn't have blonde babies. But I also accepted the fact that, like, look, you are something unlike. You are something unlike what is around you. Is there?
I watched the movie Gattaca.
I think it's called adoption.
There's some stuff.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. No, but
Yes,
I know what you mean. I'm just sort of relating from the point of view of someone who's raised in New Hampshire. It was like, I always felt this urge, like this need to stand out because I do stand out, and I wanted to. Then I wanted to stand out big, and then also want to fit in at the same time. I don't know if that if you relate
that
to
totally makes sense. Absolutely,
you
totally
want
makes sense.
both, which is kind of
you want both,
impossible.
But also, what it did do for me is it kind of, even though like so many kids and so many adults, there was this desire to belong and desire to fit in. There was also a part of me that understood, look, I am never going to be like the people around me. That is not possible. Yeah. I'm never going to be exactly like them. So I'm going to have to be okay with that. And part of that means I'm going to have to express myself uniquely in whatever way I think that is. Yeah. And so,
you had siblings?
The first time I still do. I have an older brother who is the greatest brother in the history of mankind. Sorry to all the other brothers out there, but he's just the fucking greatest. Okay. And in fact, he's the one who introduced me to D&D when I was 8 years old. He got me the basic D&D set.
Amazing.
Yes. Okay. And just last Saturday was his birthday, and I was down at Comic-Con doing the Candela panel with Critical Role, and we all got to sing him, the whole audience sang him happy birthday.
That's fantastic.
Sweet. It was so cool because I told him, like, guys, he's responsible for me being here, so let's give him some love.
So you've done you do TTRPGs, right? You CR,
yes.
Candela. We're talking Dimension 20. Like you're getting all the Infinity Stones. You do Broadway. You're a voice actor and character in some of the most popular games in history. When you conquer all these different platforms of performance, when you do, what is your impetus for building character? What's your starting point that is just your core? Like your Ratatouille zoom in the eye, and this is like where you're building from, because these are not similar at all. Like these are different conventions for every type of performance. Where do you as an artist start for character?
Honestly, like I wish I could say there was one place, but there isn't. I at all, and I kind of relish that. It changes from project to project. It changes from medium to medium. Sometimes it is just something where I'm like, I kind of want to play this kind of character, so that's what I'm gonna draw up for this TTRPG. Other times I'll read a script, and the thing that I will catch on to will be one plot point or one physical description, or something about this makes me feel like this voice should sound this way. So there's nothing. There's no one way. I finally realized many years into beating the crap out of myself for being like, why aren't you better at this technique or this technique? You need to go to acting class for this. I finally realized, no. The whole game of life, let alone the whole game of acting or storytelling, is learn all the tools you can and then have your own toolbox and know how to use what tools that work for you on what job. Yeah. That's it. Like if I'm working on, I'm not a handy person, but if I'm working on something that needs a hammer, I'm going to use a hammer. I'm not going to use a screwdriver. But if I were constantly only using a hammer for one thing, for every single thing, that's not going to work, right?
Right.
So and also creating the character in every form of storytelling, for the most part, is such a collaborative effort. Yeah. And especially when the script is already written, or when you walk into a video game and they've already created this beautiful animated character, and you're just coming in to voice it. There's so much that's already laid out for you. It really is just a game of yes and. It's really just a game of, ooh, you know what else? Ooh, and I bet this. How about this? Ooh, So there's just this throwing things at the wall. TTRPGs is a whole different thing, because obviously you get to start with what you want to start with. And like I said, sometimes it's something very deep that I grab onto, and sometimes it's just, I want a character with this accent. Yeah.
Right.
I want a character who sounds like
a
this.
Surfer dude in this.
Yeah. Or I just want to be like, I'm about to start filming one where I decided, I was like, you know what? I'm in a mood today, so I want this character to be a total dick. Yeah. And that's who it's going to be. That character is going to be for the rest of this, and it might be, and it'll develop into something bigger. Yeah, but it'll develop into something bigger, because there's no way if you give yourself over. Yeah. But also, when you've done this long enough, or when you dive in deep enough, and when you have enough of a commitment to the story, you can't possibly leave something at 1 dimension or 2 dimensions. Yes. You just make it more and more complex, because it's not fun if you don't.
Well, not especially in tabletop, right? Like I feel role playing games specifically. Like I think that's what I've noticed. I'm relatively new to the space, but like I noticed that by virtue of spending so much time together. Eventually, you have to get to some of the whys. Like, why are we together? Why are we adventuring?
Yeah.
Why are you here? What are you fighting for? Like, you start to ask these questions, and by we're all improvisers, so we're like, gotta come up with something, whether you've premeditated it or not. And then you gotta yes and yourself, like whatever you came up with in that moment, right?
So all of those things I do think need to be somewhat determined, either ahead of time or in your session 0. Why are you coming together?
That's ideal for
why
sure.
are you all here? And there are it's very important to me with TTRPGs to know at least one super strength. Like character strength. I'm not just talking about ability scores, but like one super strength that one place this character is awesome, really, really good at, and one thing that is a weak point, or a fear, or something that is an Achilles heel of some point, like a flaw, and it's not necessarily a fatal flaw, though it could be, but something that either they perceive as a flaw or something that the world could perceive as a flaw. Because if I don't have that kind of inner conflict going on, it's again, I like that complexity. I really like things to have complexity. And then when you have other players like you guys and we have things to play off of, then you can kind of sand the edges of the stuff. I can kind of go in there and be like, oh, this thing I had kind of thought about myself is not actually what's happening once I'm opposite this person, because now that I'm connected to this character and I'm having this conversation, I realize, oh, that thing I thought about my character is not actually true. Cool. And it's just like in real life, when you meet new people and you have new relationships, they change you.
That's the thing. You're so collaborative. Like, Anjali, like everything you do, you're just so like, let's share the energy. And I feel like when we were at the table at Daisy Quest, it was constantly like, I felt like anytime we interacted, you were like, I want to take you on, like, I need this from you. And it wasn't just, I'm talking at you. It was like, we need to get out of this room together for this reason. I was like, this is easy. Like this, you make it so easy to just be in character.
Thank you. That means a lot to me, because I do think one of the greatest things about TTRPGs, home games, shows, whatever, what the most beautiful things about that is that it's not just storytelling, it's collaborative storytelling, which means you get to create something that has never existed before while you are appreciating the virtuosity of the people across the table and discovering things in the moment that couldn't be written. So many of the TTRPGs that I have played, the shows that I've done, you would never in a million years have thought that that's how they were going to end, but that's how they ended.
Right.
And it became because of the roll of the dice and the commitment to the story and other people lifting each other up and other people filling in where the other people couldn't. And that's just so fun. And as an actor especially, it's so fulfilling because we don't really get that very often, if at all.
Right. Like a lot of things are scripted.
Media.
Yeah, no, 100%. And like you get these big emotional payoffs in TTRPGs that you typically can't get in a normal improv show. You get it from a teacher because we've done the work, the groundwork of the sessions. We did 2 for Daisy Quest, right? We did session -1 and a session 0, and really laid a bunch of groundwork in it. And I think we had some huge emotional moments that I did not see necessarily coming ahead of time. And that is so special. Real quick before we jump into more, Anjali, I'm just going to take a moment to say, while we're talking about TTRPGs, hey, we're all going to GenCon. And this podcast should be out
about that
before we go. So we would love for you to come visit us at GenCon. We're going to be there at the Nevermore space, which is actually outside of GenCon itself. It's an offsite. We're gonna see Charlie the puppy, I think, right now.
There
is what's happening.
A little Shining situation.
Right now, is it? Is your puppy in that rug?
Yeah.
In that door. Can you see him?
Look.
Okay. There he. Oh, okay.
This is
so
found footage.
I was like,
Charlie, what's going on?
Is this Blair Witch? What happened here? Charlie, come here, Charlie.
Wouldst thou like?
For a second there, I was like, was it the modem that you were?
I wish. No, sorry. I couldn't. It's really hard to do that. This is why I'm better in front of the camera.
No, that's your directorial debut, and it was amazing. So please come visit us at GenCon at the Nevermore space, 11:30 a.m. on Saturday. At GenCon. If you're there, GenCon, for those that don't know, is like the biggest TTRPG or the tabletop convention, I think, in the U.S. at least. Right? It's a huge, absolutely enormous
massive
convention. I've only been there once.
I've never been.
Oh, you never been? Oh, I've been once.
Love it.
It was such a blast. Oh man. There's some cool installations and stuff there. I played the last time I went, the only time I went, we played like a live dungeon, True Dungeon, I think it was called, with Will Wheaton and Felicia Day. And like it was like you walk into a maze. It was sort of like a room escape before room escapes were cool, but you play as D&D characters and you like roll against actual actors playing like the ice princess that you're fighting. It was really fucking cool. So highly recommend you go check it out. But mostly come visit us at GenCon.
Yes.
If you do, because we'll be floating around Saturday and Sunday. All right.
Yes.
Back to our regular schedule. And we'll have chai.
Yes,
we'll have chai and snacks.
We will have chai ready for you
That's right.
at 11:30 in the morning. So what more could you want? Chat and chai.
Yeah.
We'll need it.
I'll drop the link in the chat on how you can get tickets if they're hopefully still available. We're halfway sold out right now, and we haven't really announced it a ton.
Already?
So jump in if you can, and I'll drop it into chat as well. So yeah, come visit us. All right, back to our regularly scheduled Anjali.
Yeah, we've got a question for Danny's Corner, and I think this is a great question to throw to you. Does Anjali have any advice for getting into characters both for TTRPGs and for voice acting / pre-written characters and finding what fits for them? So finding that character, kind of like, trying on that costume. What to you is your guiding light for this works, I'm not doing this? What's that instinct?
It's such a great question, and it's such a big question. I'm not going to be able to attack all of it here. But part of what I said before is very true. Is usually when you read a script or you hear about like a setting or whatever, there's something that pops out at you, whether it is thinking of a sound, whether it's thinking of an image, whether it's you read the script and there's a particular line that rings a certain way. There's something that jumps out at you. And any one of those things can be the starting point for a character. Any one. It could be a word. It could be something another character says about you in a previous scene if you've been given the whole script. That is very, very helpful. But whatever is the one thing that jumps out with you, I feel like that's a lovely seed to start with and just kind of let it bloom and see what comes up. Also, for actual like on-camera work and theater work, I cannot stress enough, and this is going to sound so cheesy, well, not cheesy, but it's going to sound so weird. I cannot stress enough the value of footwear. If you can figure out what it is, what kind of shoes this character wears.
I've never heard this advice before in my life. I love this.
This is so like, and the reason I say this is because when I am doing a play, and you get to tech rehearsals, and for those of you who don't know, tech rehearsals is when the costumes and the lights and you're on the set for the first time. And when you put on that costume for the first time, already that's pretty magical. Like you're putting yourself in the clothes of the character. But then when you figure out how a character physically walks in their own shoes, there is something that just for me, I just kind of settle in. And sometimes when I want to come up with a character, like, okay, here's an example for Symmetra. Once I usually run around in high heel boots. It's a thing that I already do. So the day that I showed up for the first recording of Symmetra, I was wearing my high heel boots. Symmetra's got her high heels, and I was like, cool, I see this is going to work for me, and this posture is going to work for me, this whole thing is going to work for me. I'm going to wear these shoes for every session that I have with her, just to be able to be like, no, this is where she stands. She's elegant, she's foot forward, she's not off balance, she's got this elegance about her, nothing can knock her. Like there's something about that, and you can do that with any wardrobe piece. You can do that with your hair. It sounds superficial, but it's also, if you're in drama school, a lot of times they say working outside in rather than working inside out. Sometimes people in drama school, you end up doing a lot of animal work to find physicality of certain animals, and then you bring that to your characters.
Acting 101. The wolf, the wolf.
And you're like, this seems so stupid. Why are we doing this? I don't understand. This is dumb. But there really is something to I
didn't mind it. My face got licked. I got licked in the face by a very pretty girl once, so that was fine.
There you go. I mean,
she was really into her wolf character.
Pretty wolf.
Apparently she was. Consent, please, ladies and gentlemen. But
I was fine with it.
He was consenting. He was consenting. Clearly he consented. But but there is just something really lovely about finding the physicality of a character that I really, really like. And when I'm playing TTRPGs, obviously, 90% of the time, or most, I shouldn't say 90%, I don't know what percent, but usually you're sitting. And for me, finding the physicality, even sitting, makes a difference. I just like finding the physicality of a character and figuring out how they carry themselves, what I think they're wearing, and how would that be. How do they breathe? If you breathe differently when you're in a corset. You carry yourself differently.
If you can breathe.
Well, ladies, here's a hot tip for you that I got the first time I wore a corset. Make sure you take a deep breath.
Yes.
And not a deep breath where you're sucking in your stomach.
Right.
A deep breath where your stomach just kind of relaxes.
So
you know that you can fully get your full lung capacity when you're doing a corset. When you get fitted for your corset, don't worry about how tiny your waist is. Worry about how full you can get your lungs.
That makes a lot
otherwise,
of sense.
you might pass out, and you don't want to do that.
Pro tips. Anjali, we lose you in a little bit, so I want to.
Shit, I'm sorry.
No, it's okay. I want to ask you one more question, then we're going to play this game.
Games.
Which is just, high point, low point. I think it's easy to always talk about successes. I would love for you to tell us about, and I think we've heard a lot of great high points. So maybe tell us about a time in your career where it was like a real challenge, or maybe, I don't know if you ever had this moment. Did you have a moment where you were like, maybe I can still be a surgeon? Was there ever that moment? And how did you?
I've got such a good one.
How did you power through?
Such a good one. So I can't remember if this was 2014 or 15. But I'd just come back from doing this pre-Broadway run of a show. Things were great. Within the course of like 3 months, my manager dropped me, and then all of a sudden, I couldn't get shot in LA. Like I couldn't get an audition, let alone book a job. And I started doing all those casting director workshops when those were big. I did like 52 of them in 40 days. Like I was nuts.
Gosh.
I was just go. And nothing really came out of those. And I was like, well, okay, obviously these are bullshit, first of all. But second, then I took a course with a casting director, an audition course. And at the beginning and the end of the course, we had this kind of like circle conversation with everyone. And at the final day, and even in the class, I was like, I know I'm doing great work. I'm doing great work. At the end, I just broke down crying and I said, I'm doing the best work of my life and I can't get anyone to see it. And this casting director, Christy Faison, God bless her, said, Anjali, I think maybe you just need to take a break. And I don't mean a break like quitting. I mean a break from squeezing it so hard. I think you need to just like let yourself not take a class. Let yourself not do these casting workshops. Let yourself find some breathing room.
Take a deep breath before you tie the corset.
So what I did was, because obviously money was an issue because I couldn't get work.
Yeah.
I was like, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to drive for Lyft this summer. I mean, I drive my friends around all the time. I have a Prius. It's very easy. Why not drive around new friends?
Yeah.
And so I took this job. I started driving for Lyft, and there was pressure eased obviously on my pocketbook, but also I was having a chance to interact with a ton of people in a really fun way.
Yeah.
I'm not a person who likes to go out to bars. My husband, who was my boyfriend at the time, he was on tour, so I didn't really I just wanted to hang out with people, but I didn't want to go, I didn't want to do it the standard way.
Yeah.
And so it alleviated so much. And I also remember during that time, I sat down with my manager one day and I was like, I've never thought this before, but like, maybe this is the universe telling me that was it, that's like the most success. Maybe I'm supposed to not do this. And she said to me, and again, God bless this woman. I've been with my manager as a representative, either an agent or a manager, since 2007.
Oh,
That's
wow.
how much I love
That's
her.
super special. Yeah.
So she said to me, Anjali, you know what? Usually when someone says that to me, I tell them, I totally get it. Why don't you take a break? Just stop for a while. Don't do this. And if they want to quit, I let them quit. You're not allowed. You're too good. You're going to figure it out.
Wow.
And as soon as she said that, I was like, okay. Because I never, first of all, quitting was never an option for me. Because I don't understand why you would quote unquote quit acting unless you hated it. Because the only thing you need to do to be able to act in some form for the rest of your life is not die. The bar is low. Like it can be community theater. It might be creating things with your friends, but that's all you have to do is still be breathing and you can create and you can act. So quitting was never an option. whether or not I thought I could be successful at it, many times
Right.
I've had that.
Yeah.
But alleviating that level of stress on it and allowing myself to have a life and being like, you know what, I am going to travel. I'm not going to sit around and wait for auditions.
I love that you took both pieces of advice almost. You like took the advice to step away and the advice to not to like lean in. It's like you got both.
Because it wasn't step away, it was stop squeezing it.
Yeah, stop squeezing.
Yes.
That's a difference.
Yeah,
There's a big difference.
Right.
And that I feel like goes for life. If you want something so bad that you're just yearning for it the whole time, you are telling yourself you don't have it.
Right.
You're right.
Oh, totally.
I see.
You know what I mean? If you're just like squeezing it, like, oh God, why does that person successful and I'm not? Well, part of that sentence is I'm not.
I'm not.
Oh.
Rather than being like, using other people's success or other people's abundance or other people's relationships as evidence of what is possible.
Yeah.
That shift of like, oh wow, so and so did that. That's so cool. That means that that's possible in the world. I wonder what else is possible.
That's genius.
So when you stop squeezing it so hard, all of a sudden there's this flow of whatever is yours to come through.
Yeah.
Right.
And I don't believe in the whole like, well, if I didn't book the job, it's not mine and I'm supposed to feel good about that. No, it feels like shit.
Right.
You're allowed to feel like shit. Please let yourself be disappointed.
Have your emotions,
Have your emotions, but don't allow disappointment to turn into judgment of yourself and failure.
Brilliant.
That's the rejection. That's how we feel rejected. We don't get rejected by jobs. You can't get rejected from a job where only one person is getting the job and the 99 other people who auditioned aren't getting it. That's not rejection. That's one person got it. 99 people don't suck.
Yeah.
But the rejection part is when we tell ourselves, oh, I didn't get that job. I'm such a loser.
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't get that job. I'm a failure. I'm never going to succeed. We reject ourselves.
Right.
So have the disappointment. Allow yourself to have it. Feel it. Bitch about it. Whatever you need to do, but don't use it as proof of what can't happen.
Yeah.
Love it.
That's a big thing that keeps me going.
I think that's glorious and a great way to sort of end our interview section. Anjali, do you have a little bit of time?
Games.
Omar did create this beautiful game, so I would love to play it. So Omar, take us away. Let's play. Since we are going to a board game convention, I feel like it's perfect that we play a fun little game about it. Yeah.
All right, folks. We've got a couple games here, and some of them are real, some of them are fake. What's going to happen is we're going to tell you the game, and I'm going to give you a little pitch on the game. You got to tell me if it's real or fake, okay?
Oh, boy, I'm bad at these things.
All of the pitches I have made up, okay? So all of these pitches I've made up, but some games are real, some are not.
So the description...
Freaking fantastic game.
So the pitch of even the real games?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, even the real games are
to
not.
level this out.
But these are tabletop games or these are video games?
These are board games.
Board games.
These are all board games.
In honor of GenCon.
So here we go. All right, folks. Town Dump. This game is the dumps. The town dump, that is. This is a game where kids get to run the town dump and find out what it's like to take care of the trash. Real or fake?
Hold on a second, because there's an image. Yes. Are we supposed to be seeing this? Are you saying that you potentially...
Every board game has an image. Every game has an image.
Okay, can I just say bravo for that? That is amazing.
I'm so in
Anjali,
in
no
love with
looking
this
it up.
game. No, I'm looking at this because I can't see on my on the whatever we're on, StreamYard, StreamCon. I don't know what this is, but I can't see it. It's too blurry. So I'm looking at Town Dump here.
True or real or fake? Town Dump.
All right.
I hope it's fake. Please let it be fake.
Are you voting fake, Anjali?
I'm voting fake.
Okay.
Okay, I'm gonna, just because I got the 4-year-old he is obsessed with garbage trucks. Like true story. Kids would love this game if it's not. If it isn't real, someone's got to make it. I'm gonna say if this isn't real, I want to make it because Kieran would go nuts for this game. So I want to say real. I think it's real. Let's go.
Okay, ready?
I want it to be real.
So Anjali, you say fake. Sandeep, you say real. 3, 2, 1. Delvin, reveal. Is it real or fake? That's right. It is real.
Yes. Real.
Wait, how do I know? Like, so Sandeep, you're what? Okay, so I
guess I'm on that side.
You're on that side. Okay.
Town dump with motorized action bulldozer. The box unfolds into a large town dump with
pieces
of garbage in the middle.
Can we play this game at GenCon?
Oh my gosh, please.
We have to get it. Players take turns revving the motorized bulldozer and sending it into the dump with their side of the board. The object of the game is to push as much trash as you can out of the dump on your opponent's side.
It's $7,000
so your
on
job
eBay.
is to dump on your friends.
Yes.
How
do we dump on your friends?
Excellent.
Okay, so Sandeep's got a tiny little lead, but it's anyone's game right now. Are you ready for the next one?
Yeah.
Yes.
All right. This next game is called Next in Line. Heavy is the head that wears the crown, so off with their head. This is a game where kids get to learn about how rules and responsibilities are passed down through the British monarchy depending on who dies and is next in line. Real or fake?
No, I say no. My shirt says no. Everything says no. No, absolutely not. I say no. No.
Why are you so confident it's not?
It's I veto it, whether it is real or not. I am vetoing this game. I say no.
Okay.
No.
Okay.
No. I love that. The king is dead. Who lives next? Long live whoever is next.
Long live whoever's next.
No, absolutely not.
You know what? If it said whomever is next, I would have said yes too, but it doesn't. So I'm gonna say no as well. I think this is bogus.
Wow, you both say no?
Yeah.
Yeah, I cry shenanigans.
You're not going to believe this, but you're correct. It is fake. This is a game that we made up.
It's a good make-up game,
It's a good made-up game.
Well played.
Yeah, it is
well
a good.
played.
In light of the, the Queen's passing, it's a good made-up
I like
game.
that it's also that you have like the Milton Bradley thing in the corner.
Yeah. This is all Delvin's Photoshop
Delvin,
photo manipulation abilities. We're very excited.
Excellent.
We're very excited.
Excellent.
This will be the next movie.
I'm a little bummed that Town Dump is real because I thought maybe we had a moneymaker on our hands, guys.
Amazing.
Well, maybe this next one will be our go-to. We'll find out. Are you ready for Feely Mealy? Touchy Touchy, the hands-on game that really gets your hands on.
No. Stop it. This is the game. It's like the opposite of the game of consent, basically. What is this?
I'm so. Oh no.
This is petrifying.
Wait. So what's the pitch? Give me the pitch.
The pitch is Touchy Touchy, the hands-on game that really gets your hands on.
I mean, I'm. What's killing me right now is immediately I'm like, that's probably a game. Like an oldie-timey game, like maybe a game from like when we were kids. Like I feel like this would have been a game in like the early 80s.
Yeah.
Like I could totally feel this.
Don't play this game with Uncle Trevor.
Oh no!
Right.
Oh no!
I'm gonna say it's not real.
What do you say, Anjali?
I'm gonna say it's real. I'm gonna say it's
Anjali
real.
says real.
Because also, I feel like it's like one of those games where like you blindfold yourselves and you put your
think
put
it's
your hands
real?
in different
Okay.
things. I'm just gonna say yes because it's so horrible.
I want to change my. All right.
It's so horrible because it's so horrible.
Okay, let's reveal it.
No, I'm locked in. I already said it. I meant to say real, but I said not real. So let's just stick with it.
Well, you might get a point.
Yeah.
It is real.
All
tied up.
So bad.
Play
That's
begins with
awful.
all the items inside the box and the stack of cards on the top of the box.
Oh,
The
it
top
is one of
card
those
is
grab on the
revealed.
thing.
Players put their hands inside the box to attempt to recover by feel only the item pictured on the card. The winner is the player who finds more of the items.
It's glory
So
hole the
really,
game. It's glory hole the game is what it is.
That's terrifying. That is terrifying. No, but that like they just made it sound dirty. It's not actually a dirty
Feely
game.
mealy.
Feely mealy.
Yeah.
All right,
Just
we've only got
made
a
it
couple
sound.
more here,
All right, let's do
so
it.
it's anyone's
Okay.
game. Are you ready?
Yeah.
All
Yes.
right, next up, we've got Vanilla Ice Rap Game. That's right, the Vanilla Ice electronic rap game. Ice Ice Baby, more like Nice Nice Baby.
What do you do? I don't understand what the game.
That's all you got. Is it real? Is it fake?
I think I might have had this game. I don't know.
You own this game at some point.
I own this game. I would if my parents would have let me buy anything, I would have probably bought it.
Sounds like
so
something
I was
someone
obsessed
who
with
owns
Vanilla
made-up
Ice.
games would say.
I want this to be real.
I'm gonna
so
go real.
badly.
I'm gonna go real.
Yeah.
With an
I'm gonna go
electronic
real. I'm gonna
boombox?
go real as well.
Okay.
Yeah, I think it feels very.
I
90s.
want it to be real because again, it's so bad.
Okay.
It's so bad, and I could,
Yeah.
I could,
ready?
yeah.
It
Stop.
is real.
Collaborate and listen.
That's
And
right.
here's why. Here's another reason, and I hope this doesn't sound. I feel like the fact that it's vanilla ice and that there's a bunch of Caucasian folks on here, I feel like that there's something about that felt like, yes, this could exist. Like, I do not see my Black friends putting together a game like this.
Actually, every Black child that auditioned to be on the box was like, nope.
Yeah.
Like, not doing it.
They looked at this and it was like, like everything in my soul tells me this is wrong.
Yeah, I'm not doing this.
But this, yeah.
Oh, man.
And I hope that doesn't offend anyone, because some of the most soulful people that I know and some of the best rappers I know are Caucasians.
Yeah.
So, and there are people of all colors and all backgrounds who can do all sorts of music and all sorts of things. There's just something about the cover.
These are some gory ass kids.
This
You can
game.
say it.
Yeah, no.
This game.
I think
this game
you don't
is
have
like,
to apologize.
This is very much a Gora game.
What's crazy is that little boy on the right is actually Eminem.
Yeah.
Yeah.
His origin story. We've got 3 more, folks. So this is going to get aggressive because someone's got to take it. Okay?
Okay.
All right. Next up, we've got business monkeys. Bull market, bear market. How about monkey market?
No.
That's bananas.
I'm out.
Oh my God. No. It's not real.
It can't be real.
It's not real. It's not real.
I mean,
You both think it's not
adorable. It's freaking adorable.
Will I play
but
this?
It is.
Yes.
It is not real. I want to be a business monkey. In fact, I kind of feel like I am a business monkey. Like,
all right, you know what?
I climb all over the place and I do business. So I don't eat bananas. Bananas are not my thing.
I'm switching because we got to have some opposition here. I'm just gonna switch to real. I'm gonna go.
Okay, it's definitely not real. For me.
Okay.
Well, it's the second edition, so it's got to be real.
Second edition.
It's the second edition. I mean,
what was the first edition? I wonder. Were they like?
It was. I don't know. It was intern monkeys. It was.
There was a lot of
unpaid intern monkeys.
Unpaid intern monkeys. Exactly.
Believe it or not, this is fake.
Oh, come on.
Made up. Business monkeys, invented by my roommate Miracella. When I just went, hey, give me a fake board game name, and they went business monkeys. I didn't even hesitate for a second.
That's amazing.
I love your roommate already. I'm reading the chat right now. I'm just reading.
I came up with if a bunch of monkeys could write Shakespeare. I mean, imagine what a corporation could do, and then walked away.
That's so funny.
Apropos of nothing. Yeah.
That is hilarious. Oh my gosh.
Well played. Well played, Omar's roommate.
TV children's writer. All right, here we go. We got 2 more. So this is where it's going to come down to line. Are you ready? This is our penultimate game. We've got, hey, Pa, there's a goat on the roof. Take this up with the man upstairs who happens to be a goat. Real or fake?
I'll let you go first.
Confused. I don't understand the game. Wait, what?
Hey, Pa, there's a goat on the roof. Take this up with the man upstairs who happens to be a goat.
It's like an early version of Mousetrap, basically.
I'm gonna say. I don't know.
Did we take visual artifacts from Mousetrap and then just say, "Hey, Pa, there's a goat on the roof"?
That's what it looks like to me. That's kind of why I'm like, it looks really real.
Listen, I want to say real, but the game. I have to catch up here, and there's only 2 left.
Okay. So I'm gonna say it's not real, just for the sake of difference.
No.
Okay.
No.
Let's do that.
I'm saying say what you want to say, and then I'm basically just gonna say.
I said not real.
Oh, you said not real. Oh, I thought you said real. Okay, great. I will say real then. Great. I think it's real. I think it's stupid enough to be real. It looks so dumb. And again, I want to play.
It does, and it looks really like if this is not real, this is some exceptional Photoshop.
I was gonna say that's
okay. So you think, hey, Pa, there's a goat on the roof is real? Okay.
Yeah. I want it to be real.
All right, locked in. Everyone's locked in.
I'm locked in.
It is real.
Yeah.
Come on, let's go,
Pa. It does look very, very, very real. And as much as I believe in Delvin's amazing Photoshop abilities, like that, that would have been exceptional.
Anjali, I was thinking that maybe like they changed like a word or 2. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah. Like you said, is this Mousetrap and we just get a new name? It's possible.
That might factor into this last one.
All right.
It's down to the wire.
We're gonna find out who's the goat of this game.
Oh,
here we go.
Welcome to WoW.
Or should it be?
No, greatest of all
time.
Welcome to WoW, the pillow fight game. Ladies, leave your men at home. The bed is full of pillows, and we are about to throw.
Ooh. Oh boy.
Ladies, leave your men at home. The bed is full of pillows, and we are about to throw.
Like, look at this. Look, if
just because of the pitch, I want to say no. But I'm looking at this game, and I could totally 100% imagine this being a
Now, I
real
want to
thing.
be clear. What you're looking at, I'm not saying if it's real or not, but what you're looking at is a game where you just imitate a pillow fight by spinning wheels. Do you think that's something that someone really made up as a product, or something that we thought was hilarious?
Yeah.
And it's for girls.
Yeah. Okay. Yes. No. If it's for a girl, it's not a thing.
You're saying not real?
Because I'll tell you what. No, not real. Because girls are not the ones who have pillow fights. Men who think girls have pillow fights are the ones
we
that
imagine
girls have
them.
pillow
Oh,
fights.
so you think that the problematic duo Delvin and I?
No.
Do you think
I think that it's
men...
hilarious that you thought, like, I think the fact that you thought it was hilarious makes you not problematic.
But don't you think problematic men ran Milton Bradley back then and probably tried to make this game thinking that girls would like?
And still
very
do.
meta.
Possibly. I'm gonna say no, just on principle.
I'm gonna go real. I'm gonna go real.
Just on principle.
Just because we got to do. I think it's real.
The pillow fight game.
Wow, the pillow fight game. I'm in.
I will absolutely do it. It's real. Wow, the pillow fight game was.
No. I'm actually okay with not winning this game. I'm really okay with not winning this game. Just again on principle,
Yeah.
I'm perfectly fine with.
No.
I'm normally not okay with not winning, but I'm very okay.
Anjali,
Yeah.
also you can take it. You can take the win if you can tell me. Milton Bradley had 2 games, one for girls, which was Wow, the pillow fight game, and they had one for boys called Pow, the blanket game. If you can tell me what the boys game was, you can take it.
You said Pow the blanket game?
So it's no. So it's blank game. So it's Wow, the pillow fight game for girls, and then there's Pow, the blank game for boys. Can you tell me what the game for boys was?
It either had to do with guns or punching people. I'm gonna say, sadly, guns.
Yeah, I think it is guns too. Like the gunfight game, basically.
I will let Sandeep decide, because
Okay.
here's the thing: the game is called Pow, the canon game for boys.
Yeah.
Is that close
okay.
enough?
So I feel like
that's close. That's artillery. That's good.
In that case, our winner for this game by calling out the sexism is to tie it all up and take it in the end.
You
my
girls
God,
fight with pillows, boys fight with cannons.
No.
Congratulations.
This is I want to be honest right here. Not that I would not be normally honest, but I have to tell you, this is the best on podcast, on TV show game I have ever played. Like, this is the most fun that I have ever. You stepped it up. Like you went full Jimmy Fallon, and I'm very happy about this. Like,
you.
it is this is freaking excellent. I'm so proud of you, beta.
Thank you. Well, Anjali, by the way, this means that you're technically the host next week, because whoever wins the game is the host.
Oh, fantastic. I was literally just gonna say I'm so sad I have to leave because I'm having so much fun with you guys. So anytime I can come back, I will happily come back if you will have me, because I'm so sad that I have to leave, and I love you guys, and I'm excited to play.
We love you.
Thanks for sticking around with us. Sorry that we took the extra time.
No,
we were
it's
so
quite
happy
all
to
right.
have
It was
you.
necessary. It was necessary because we had to figure out about Wow.
Thank you so much, Anjali, and we'll see you in less than a week at GenCon when we
Yes,
have
you
our
will.
tie
We will.
and chat.
The rest of you will too. And anybody, if you want to reach me, you can find me at a few places. You can find me online at Sweet Anj with 3 E's, because apparently I am the only Indian person that doesn't care about spelling. You can find me, you can email me at anjali@iamfunsize.com. That is a public-facing email address. There's also a private email address, so don't worry, my assistants won't see it. This is purely me. And then, you'll see, Sweet Anj, I am fun size. I'm missing something. What am I missing? I don't know, but you can ask me at one of those other places. And please, if you guys can, not only come visit us at GenCon, but keep an eye out. Pre-order Stray Gods, the role-playing musical, is coming out August 10th.
Let's go.
It is the first of its kind. It is a musical video game.
And
it is starring Troy Baker and Laura Bailey and Mary Elizabeth McGlynn and Janina Gavankar and me and bunch of other people that you know and love. Kari Payton. It's an incredible cast. It's the first time. I'm really, really excited, and I want it to have a huge launch. It's a small independent studio. The narrative by David Gator and music by Austin Wintry, who did the music to Journey. It's just it's bound to be awesome, and I hope you all
Sick.
enjoy it. And then Daisy Quest, yo, I'll sign up for our email list because there's so much cool stuff coming your way.
All right. Thanks, Anjali. This was awesome.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you,
I will
Charlie.
see you soon.
And thanks,
Bye.
Charlie. Bye. We'll let Anjali go. And that's our show. As always, if you want to actually see our faces instead of listening to it, or check out the VOD, or all the ways you can hang with us, those are in the show notes. Please rate and comment. That is huge. That's hugely helpful. So if you liked what you listened to, then drop us a little 5-star rating, huh? Come on.
Thank you. Thank you.
As always, any suggestions or feedback or just weird pictures of your pet hedgehog, you can send those to abcdpodcastshow@gmail.com or find us on the EffinFunny Discord.
Yes. And we also, of course, want to shout out our sponsor, Daisy Quest, the TTRPG that stars us and other folks who are incredible and amazing.
And
as we mentioned, we will be at GenCon on Saturday, so check that out in the show notes. We should have a link to the Eventbrite that you can sign up for, or we will tweet it out, exit out. So go to DESIQUEST.com. That's DaisyQuest.com.
There's no X in that. There's no X in that.
That will give you up to the minute news about the show.
I have a real quick before you. No, just not a bit. Just we just enacted that if you sign up to the mailing list, that you get a code back to you that gives you 15% off of any Daisy Quest merch that you might enjoy to wear.
People have been posting pics, little pickies of them in the
real
shirt.
Good. They're looking real good in that Daisy Quest shirt. Yep.
It's a great shirt.
It's a mandala shirt with a D20 at the center. I mean, come on.
It's really great.
Yeah,
it's very, very good. So, folks, we also want to thank our Patreons, our patrons, and our listeners. And the way we're going to do it is by, of course, shouting out everybody. But instead of having Sandeep take 20 minutes to go find his guitar. That felt bad. That felt bad in my soul.
That was real. That was real.
Felt bad. Instead, we are each week now going to shout out, or each episode going to shout out folks in a different genre. And this week,
that the live chat is supposed to be able to pick, but this week we just picked on our own. Oh, go ahead.
Inspired by the electronic rap game, Vanilla Ice game, we're going to be doing this as Vanilla Ice. If you don't mind me taking the first one to set the tone, Sandeep.
By all means.
All right.
Kick it.
Kick it. Here we go. Here we go. Ready?
What?
You ready for this? Are we
ready?
Here we go. Joshua Ryan, you know that they're trying.
Yeah, tell me I'm Carlo. That's how you feel, Flo.
Woo, Zach. I got you back.
Benjamin Lowe. Whoa. This is going to take forever.
Huntsman Brown, going to town.
Miranda Hollinger. What rhymes with Hollinger?
Vaden.
Michael Long.
Because you know that I'm fading.
Oh, nice. Michael Long, because he's got a schlong. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm so sorry.
Christina Romero. In that Carrero.
Danny's Corner. Feeling kind of hornier.
No.
I'm only going blue. It's terrible.
Raylan Fox. Because you investing in stocks.
Selena B, Adam Nickerson, Nebish Heretic, Nervous Rex.
Sarah
we gotta
H,
go faster.
Grassy Santa Cruz, Dodeca Couplet, Jeremy O'Brien.
Peter Russell, Veruca Salt, Maroon, Multivort, Ollie Oxenfree. That's how I feel. Ollie Oxenfree.
Philip Dizen, Kathleen Schlagen, Ducati, Reverend Catino.
And you know this girl, cause she's got the spark. It's a God level Patreon, Laura Clark.
God level Patreon scribbles and flapjacks, because you know that we've got you back too.
And the thing about this last guy, yo, I'm gonna break it down, okay? He's got a gorgeous face. He's the sexiest man in Ohio. He's a God level Patreon, and his name is the real Brandon Pace.
Yo. The show's produced by Deagle and now. The show's technical director and sound designer Seven Neville. The show's
just go out on the music.
Sandeep Parikh and Anand Shah. This is edited by Sean Mayer. Music by Harshal Sisodia, Jasveer Singh, and Malik Zaveri. And you know, this has been an EffinFunny production.
I think we have a career in rapping. I think we found our new. I think,
that cadence was perfect. That pacing was perfect. No lost bars.
Nailed it 100%. No notes.
It's weird. Everybody unsubscribed to the Twitch just now. That must have been an accident.
No one in chat.
That must have been an accident. Well, hey, look, on behalf of our co-host and not the Prime Minister, Omar Najam, I've been the Prime Minister and host, Sandeep Parikh. May your chakras be aligned and smothered in chutney. We'll see you next time.